All right, here we go. So driving from Miami Beach, Florida to Miami Gardens, and we have some pedestrians. A good amount of traffic still from rush hour as well. Let's see how we do with the traffic coming from the left. A lot going on right here. There's a gap. We can shoot through it. Alright, good. Marking the pedestrian on the road. Alright, so we have a green light here. These pedestrians are trying to cross. I've had the Cybertruck stop at this light once, and it was on the way to work, so it was on the opposite way. You see how people come to the median and then they stop and wait for cars to go? It stops. So last time the Cybertruck stopped when it saw that somebody was in the median waiting to cross, even though the light was green. Notice how close the Cybertruck gets to those cars. Sometimes that makes me pretty nervous, but I mean, it has enough space. It's just sometimes, I don't know, feels a little bit risky to let it do its own thing. There's been times when the cars have actually been closer than that. And if you didn't catch it, just replay it back to where that white car that's sticking out of the parking spot, and you'll see it. But that's not even as close as it's gotten. There's been times before when it's gotten like way closer than that. All right, we're switching lanes. And good. Nice lane switch right there. I've said it before, Cybertruck, FSD. I do say FSD is better at switching lanes than I am. It's leaving a lot of space between us and that car in front of us. Sometimes it does that. Thing a bit long. This police officer's gonna pull us over for suspicious driving. Just kidding. Oh, I didn't even see that. If you look back in the video, just like right behind us, there was a Cybertruck to our left. It was the blue camo Cybertruck. Haven't seen it before, so that's new. Okay, that's interesting. So the Cybertruck decided not to block the intersection, which is good, and then we stayed here because it turned yellow. But it started to stop here before it turned yellow. Trying to switch lanes to the right again so that we can merge onto the bridge. Let's see how it does. Okay, this car is sticking out a little bit, and then we have a yellow, a lot going on. Oof. Got very close. All right, let's see how it does with this lane switch. Got a Model 3 right behind us. Nobody seems to be giving us room. And I'm gonna let it do its own thing, see how it does. Sometimes it can get pretty aggressive and just cut in front of in front of somebody. But we'll see. It knows it needs to turn. And we're about to find out how it does, because these people are also just cutting in front. Yeah, let's see. It might follow this Model 3. If everybody else is doing it. Okay, so it looks like it's gonna do the same thing that these cars in front of us are doing, and see if we can merge in between these two cars to our right, which don't seem to want us to cut in front. Okay, so this guy's letting us in. Nope, never mind. We were just blocking him. He's gonna try to cut in front again. A lot of traffic. Okay, go, go, go. It's just not, I think it needs to pick up route. Oh, okay, so I just cut in front of this guy to our left. That was interesting. There was a lot going on there, so it actually handled it pretty well. Is it legal? No, but it handled it. Look, a Cybertruck to the right. More and more Cybertrucks here in Miami, Florida. Especially in Miami Beach. This guy to our left looks like he's merging onto our lane. I don't know if he's paying attention. And hopefully it doesn't switch over to the right lane, because there is that lane is closed off because of construction. So if it does do that, then it's gonna have to cut back to the left. And it normally drives this like it doesn't remember that lane is closed. So sometimes it does switch over to the right lane and then needs to switch back over to the left. All right, let's see how Cybertruck handles these cars merging into our lane. Okay, and this guy's gonna try to cut us off. Okay, good. It slowed down smoothly. It didn't like slam on the brakes. That was good. Okay, it kind of hit the brakes a little bit there. Not sure why. It was a bit of a jerk. Slow down. It was it like tapped the brakes like 2 times. You probably can't see that on the video, but yeah. Not sure why it did that. Maybe I missed something. Alright, it's attempting to make a switch of lanes to the left. The cars to our left are going faster than the cars in the lane that we're in, and it did fine. Found the gap, shot through it, and we're all set. Now the lane to our right will need to merge, and sometimes people try to cut in front, but it looks like that's not going to be an issue this time because everybody's trying to go downtown. It is Art Basel, weekend, so that's probably why there's so much traffic right now. Alright, so this SUV to our left is not paying attention, and they're trying to hog up both lanes. I just upgraded my horn, so I'm happy to use it. Yeah, see, this guy is like getting on the lane, and we're trying to get on the left lane for some reason. I'm not sure why. There is no need for us to be on the left lane, and there's causing confusion. Okay, so this guy was able to get in front of us. Actually, I think I know why it's trying to switch lanes. It's trying to switch lanes because we're trying to take the other route, and we're trying to... Okay, so we just... Okay, that was a pretty aggressive switch of lanes, so I just cut the other guy off. Now we're good. We're on the lane that we need to be. Cybertruck being aggressive when it needs to be. I'm all for that. And there's a lot of traffic in the city at the moment. This road right here is under construction, and the Cybertruck has always handled it pretty well. It's a lot of turns, and when we're going at higher speeds, you really feel those turns a lot more. So you can see how curvy this whole temporary road is. Speed limit is 35. Sometimes it makes it 25 for some reason. I'm not sure why. But I think that's because it's reading another sign, maybe that's like on one of the roads underneath us. I really don't know. Alright, there's no turning signal, and it seems like the Cybertruck is getting on the line, on the divider of these two lanes. It centered itself again. Maybe it was because you couldn't really see that line. But nevertheless, it did drive over that line. Picking up speed. Alright, so we have to get to our right, and it's actually doing it pretty early, which is good. Sometimes it doesn't do that. I have to say that's probably the first time that it's done a really good job at lane selection and doing it in advance. So I noticed that it started switching over when we had about 2 miles left. Let's see if I spoke too soon. Okay, it needs to keep going. But that was good. It started to make its way over, and now we still have to make our way over to the right. Good. Alright, yep. Because we're going north, so we gotta stay here. There we go. Perfect. That was good. I think I handled that very well. In the past, it's stayed to the left or way too long, and it's missed the exit. And I think that was a big highlight right there of some improving on that. So it seems like it's beginning to learn more that it needs to get over in advance. ahead of time and not wait for 0.5 miles before making its way over. So that was a big improvement. This guy's trying to switch lanes. Nope, seems like he switched his mind. That was awesome though. I think that was the highlight of the drive. Very good. I was happy with that. And it's also driving, if you notice back then, and that it was driving at the fastest speed. Sometimes I feel like it drives like a grandma. It drives on the right side the whole time and goes behind the slowest car. This time it decided to go to the left, all the way to the left, and it was going at the fastest speed. So it kind of seems like it's in a rush mode right now, which that is the way I would prefer my driving. Especially here in Miami, you gotta be a little bit aggressive. You can't be a pushover. Otherwise, you're not gonna get anywhere, and you're not gonna be able to switch into lanes. So I'm happy with the way it's driving. I'm hoping it doesn't stay on the right lane here, and I'm hoping it switches over to the left. Let's see if it does. Perfect. Continue to switch over to the left on its own. This whole drive I have not touched any of the controls, and I have not forced it to switch lanes. I would love to know how it decides to pick up speed, because if you backtrack to that part right there when that semi was picking up, closing the gap between us and the semi, it started to pick up speed. Now it's starting to slow down, and that's probably because of the car in front of us. But we had an open road, and it decided to pick up speed once the semi was closing in. I'm not sure how it decides what speed it should go. Alright, so here we go with something that I don't think they fixed, and I think it's going to be a major fix when they do fix it. The Cybertruck likes to get on the express lane sometimes, and I'm pretty sure it's accidental, but it'll get on the express lane and then it won't be able to get off. It doesn't really account for the express lane not ending for a while. So for example, this express lane does end at some point here, but normally it'll miss the express lane exit and it'll have to reroute. I'm gonna let it do its own thing just so we can see how it plays out on this video, but I think that is such a major fix that needs to be done, especially for the big cities where most of your driving will sometimes consist of express lanes. Maybe it should be optional. I'm not sure. The driver should decide if they want to go through the express lane or not. It does cost money. Okay, so this time, if it would have stayed on the left, it would have not been able to exit on the exit that it wants to take. So in that case, we were able to avoid that from happening. But it's happened to me before, and that's why I know it's an issue. We have 0.7 miles to go, and it's going to be a perfect drive if it does not miss this exit, which we're all the way to the left lane, and we need to get all the way to the right lane. So here we go. Let's see how Cybertruck handles this. We should start making our way over. Don't let me down. Is it gonna continue? No, it's gonna switch. Okay. There we go. Almost there. Make your way over a little bit more. You're gonna take the next exit. Come on, Cybertruck. Come Come on. Can do it. Can do it. Oh, it's gonna make it. It actually missed this once. That's why I know it can be an issue. Wow, so lane selection has been very good. I don't know if they switched something. It must have changed something. I mean, we're still on. This is still 12.5.5.3. So I'm not sure if they changed anything in terms of lane selection from 12.5.5.2. It's interesting. But the lane selection this time around has been perfect. This whole drive has been perfect. I have no complaints. This is probably one of the best drives I've had, and I'm so glad that I recorded it. Coming up, we're gonna have a few little obstacles, and then we'll be all done. So it's gonna make a left turn here at this light. And braking. Let's see how close it gets to this car. Sometimes I feel like it feels like it's getting really, really close, but then I look at this camera and you can see how far it is. Okay, we're good. I mean, that wasn't as. There's been other times when it's gotten a lot closer, to where I can't see like the tail lights of the car in front of me. But then I'd see this camera and it's actually not that close. But it is pretty nerve-wracking when you're in the driver's seat. So, left turn here, and then we're gonna have a little bit of a, it always has a little bit of an issue when turning, when it turns right here, it's gonna be like a very tight right turn. Like, we're basically gonna make a right turn. It's gonna make us point towards the backside, and it's that one on the right coming up. You'll see it, but it does like a little jerk. Like, it jerks the wheel a little bit, kind of like if it's really close to the curve and then it tries to avoid hitting the curve. So we'll see how it does, and let's see if that's if that issue is gone. Lane selection has definitely improved. So far, we're sitting at 54 minutes. It's a very long drive. 22 miles, city and highway, and some crazy Art Basel traffic in the city. Alright, so here we go. This turn right here. Let's see how it handles it. Let's see if it's smooth. Alright, so we'll look at this wheel on the screen. And we can see it's doing a good job. But right here. Okay, nothing crazy there. So it was normal. I didn't feel anything. Sometimes it feels like it's getting really close to curving an edge, but it doesn't. And I've seen it go over, like on medians when turning left on a green arrow, like it'll go right over the line that's on the median, but it won't curve the wheel. And I've let it go every time, and it's always like so close. Like, I'm talking about like 1 inch, not even. So, great drive. We're almost at our destination. I'm not gonna put that on the video because I don't want it to be on the internet. But overall, great drive. If you guys have any recommendations of what you guys would like me to change about these videos, if you enjoy the videos, what do you like, what do you not like, what would you change, any suggestions, please send them. Comment down below. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and if you want more content like this. It helps me understand what you guys want to see. I enjoy making these videos, and I think that editing is only the hardest part. Aside from that, I really don't mind making these videos, and I truly get enjoyment out of it. So I really hope you guys enjoyed watching it, and I would love to keep sharing my experience with you guys and see how well the Cybertruck improves in terms of FSD. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Stop recording.